Hey, you guys, happy Friday. I have a question for you. Do you ever find yourself feeling guilty about wanting to have a huge amount of success? Whether that's in your home or your business, in your career, do you feel bad about wanting to achieve more than what you're doing? It's a tough question. And at one point in life, a very, very long time ago, when I was working and I had a very great career, high level in the company, when I thought about wanting more, I felt guilty about it. I felt bad. And so it took a lot for me to get over that and then start moving on. And then I built a company with over $1 million in sales, and I wanted to move on from there because I was being called for something else. And again, I found myself feeling bad. Like, well, I've got all this success, so why isn't that good enough? And the answer for me is because I know God's placed something else in my heart and that each one of these things are stepping stones to where I'm going. But I think that there's some sort of guilt inside of us that, again, I believe comes from the enemy that tells us, well, why aren't you happy with this? What is this? What is that? And it produces guilt in us, and then we don't keep pursuing our goals. Or we're scared of failing. We're scared of setting up expectations and dreams so big that we may never achieve them and we may fail. And what might somebody think? Yeah, that's a big one. That's a super big doozy. I have been all out here loud and proud over saying I'm going to help, and I've said thousands, I'm going to help millions of people along the way. And I used to be really insecure about saying that because I thought, what if I don't? What if I don't help millions of people? What if I do? And from there, I would rather set my expectations and my goals way up here. Can't see my hand, but way up here. And only achieve some of it than set my goals way down here and achieve all of it. So I'll come out loud and proud and say, yes, I am going to help millions of people all over the world. And if I fall short of that, then I helped thousands instead of saying I'm going to help thousands of people and only help hundreds. So that's me leveling up my expectations. And do you find yourself doing that? Do you know you have a big dream? Sorry about that. A big dream, but you are like, oh, that's too big to put out there. That is pretty lofty. If you think that, you won't achieve it. There's no way possible I could have achieved anything that I have achieved this far if I had set the bar that low. When I started my company originally, I did not say I want to do $100,000 in sales. I said I was going to do $1 million in sales. That was going to happen, and I did it. Did it happen overnight? Absolutely not. Were there times where I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can meet this goal. This is going to be where we're going to be at forever? Absolutely. Guess what I didn't do? I knew God put that in my heart, and so I would not give up until we hit that goal. And from there, I continued to grow. My dreams continued to get bigger. But if I had stayed back in this place, that would have been my biggest dream. And, you might start out somewhere with what you feel is a huge dream. At one point, that seemed like a huge dream to me. Huge, like so big, how could I ever do it big? Now I'm like, that's nothing. I want a multi-million-dollar and billion-dollar company. No joke. I want to be a media mogul someday. I want to help millions of people all over the world have hope for achieving a life they only dreamed possible. And I will make it a reality. There's nothing that will hold me back. And so I talk about this today. Last week, we talked a lot about habits, and I changed some things to recording all my messages on Mondays to putting together what I needed. And oh my gosh, was that a game changer for me. I had been told to do this several months ago and couldn't get over the limiting barriers that I had around doing that. And now I'm like, how did I do this any other way? And what a waste of time doing it any other way. But if I hadn't continued to push myself, I would keep doing it the other way. And now, last week, I was able to get with a group of women speakers who are speaking internationally, who are powerhouses, starting to learn from them, learning how they did it, what they do. I've written my keynote speech. I'm working with a videographer to get that set up so that I can record my recorded speech, because you have to have like a demo. Anyhow, whatever. I digress. But I have all of these things in place. And if I had been just keeping on the way I had been keeping on, doing all of my one-on-one coaching, recording my calls, doing all of that, I was already like booked. There was no more room to start working on these other things that needed to happen. But by making one small change and listening to somebody who is an expert and taking their feedback and doing it, it's a game changer. So if I had limiting beliefs around what I was expecting to happen, none of it will happen. None of it would have happened. Nothing will happen. So what are you expecting from life, from your business, from your marriage, from your career? Do you have goals, and are you taking what your end result is and then backing into practical steps on how to get there? If you aren't, do it. Take action. Get around people who are doing it. I work with tons of women. You can check out my site. I'll say it all at the end. And I don't say that to self-promote me. I want you to see what we're creating, of course. But there are so many people out there doing so many things. I just ask you to find somebody who fits with you, that can help guide you to what you want to do, and set your expectations sky high. Seriously. If you only achieve half of it, it'll still be bigger than your like attainable dreams and goals. So the quote I have for you guys today is from the Bible, 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit God gave us did not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. Oh, so true. You guys, we are warriors inside. God has put some amazing stuff inside of each one of us. If you are playing small, stop it. There's nobody listening to this video right now that doesn't have a bigger dream, because you would have stopped listening to my nonsense a long time ago. So if you're still listening, that means you have a bigger dream, a bigger purpose. What are you going to do to achieve it? Tell me about it. Let me know what you're doing. What have you done to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and kill it? What are your big dreams? What are your goals? And who do you have around you supporting you? Good questions. I hope you actually answer them. So if you found this message helpful, please share it. You can find more information on my website at amandadanielscoaching.com. You can also watch past videos there under Watch Now. So I am hoping you all have a fabulous weekend. I am going to have a much better weekend, even though I am going out with some girlfriends to celebrate one of my very best friend's birthday. I'm going to use a little self-control because I have a very productive Sunday that needs to happen. So anyhow, I hope you guys all do something towards achieving your dreams today. Sending you love, light, and guidance every step of the way.